Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and a couple of quick announcements for you before we get to a little bit of some Q&A. Thanks to Stax Bowers and the Coin Geek YouTube channel for hosting the Tucson International Invitational. I can't get the name of my own show right. The Tucson Invitational Coin and Currency Expo, TucsonCoinshow.com, January 19th and 20th. If you're within a quick jaunt over, if you're in SoCal or if you're in Nevada, New Mexico, El Paso, even into Utah and Colorado, please come down and see us. We're going to have a nice time. The show's 2 days, and then the next day is, of course, the Tucson Club Show. So you have some different vendors at that event, a lot of more mom and pop stuff. And then the following weekend, there's the Mesa Show. So if you're making some winter travel plans, come on to Tucson. Speaking of Tucson, we did a video about Rochester. And we did a video about all the different banknotes from Rochester that I didn't even know existed. And so this has been fun. We had a lot of feedback on that. Donald in New Mexico saying that there's no Rochester, New Mexico, but we have a Las Vegas, New Mexico. Las Vegas, New Mexico is 32 years older than Las Vegas, Nevada. Is there another Tucson? The old Tucson tourist trap movie set doesn't count. That was going to be my answer, so I'm glad Donald's here to ruin to absolutely ruin my my answer for stuff. So, but that's okay. Next up, we have we get a lot of questions about sending coins in for certification. Currently, we are not sending stuff in for people for certification because we're just that far behind on stuff. If you would like to, we will send stuff in still for CAC stickering. All the grading stuff, though, we're just really behind on stuff right now, and appreciate your patience. I recommend a couple different things if you have someone who is nearby that you can ship with. Oftentimes a member of your coin club, if you know them, has a PCGS or NGC memberships and can ship things for you. Also, there's the DIY, the do-it-yourself, which is to say you're going to save time and money if you send stuff in yourself. All right, let's see here. What's next? Question mark for sale. This is a question mark that we get oftentimes. So typically when we make a video, if there are items in the video that are ours that are for sale, if you click on the description of the video, it'll drop down a menu. Sometimes you have to click a little button that says more, but it'll have links to the coins or currency that is available for sale. When our technology works properly, that's where you'll find it. So that's the fastest way to do things. It's faster than even calling in, because if it's on the website, you can just go ahead and purchase it. Whereas if you call into the store with the brick and mortar, people are helping people at the counter, and it's a lot more convoluted than just trying to say, hey, I can order this online and it's done. We do put a lot of that stuff on eBay if it is something that's a little bit more esoteric or something that has like cool toning or we don't know the real value of. Sometimes we'll just put it up for bid, and that's one of the ways we sell stuff. We sell stuff in the store, we sell stuff on our site and on eBay. Speaking of which, we got a question here, and Duardo. I've loved the names here. I can never say them right. I can't speak normal names. Well, you want me to speak fancy YouTube names here. Maybe I need to take a fifth look at your eBay offerings, but it seems like you want 30% plus asking price. It seems items offered below value gain interest and sell at higher prices than the items listed over value. What are your thoughts? So, a couple things. First of all, you can't ever please everybody when it comes to pricing stuff. We go through a lot of coins here, a lot of different material, and most of the feedback we get is positive about our price points on stuff, because a lot of people, if you live in a bigger metropolitan area, you have to deal with higher pricing anyways. So generally speaking, we get a lot of positive feedback, but I get plenty of critiques also of people saying you just want too much for things. Having said that, the real crux of this question, the real point here has to do with eBay versus website, which is to say anything that is listed on our website and listed on eBay, it's going to be at least 8 to 10% more on eBay to cover all of the eBay fees, and sometimes even more. So always shop on the website first versus eBay, always. Like for people in general, like if you're shopping with any other company, if you find something on someone's website, it should be listed for less than it is on their eBay store. Next thought on this question is coins that are started at a lesser value and then rise up. Now, He's probably looking at some very specific items, and I don't know what he was looking at. We list many items for opening bid of 1 cent. I try to keep those going every week, like at least a few items that are kind of fun at 1 penny, no reserve auctions. And trust me when I say a lot of those coins do not actually reach the same full retail they would if we had just kind of priced it and waited for a buyer. Now, do people get in bidding wars? Can things go up higher? Yeah, certainly. Certainly they can. Anyway, and also this is just another thought. Generally speaking, when you look at coins for sale that someone's doing to try to make a living, you're probably going to pay some type of more of a retail price for it anyways. Some of that's just understanding the difference between wholesale and retail. Market plus 30% sounds like a little bit high for me on how we list things, but everyone's kind of has their own opinion about what the market is and what it should be. By the way, the market is always in flux. And I'm not just talking flux capacitors here. I'm talking about, you saw a year ago a dramatically different market than today, and a year from now the market will be different than it is now. And so when you look at a price point on almost anything, there are things that we probably listed on eBay 3 months ago or 6 months ago where the market is literally different. And if things have come down in price, they'll be listed higher. We've had the same thing happen where we had some items that were listed and all of a sudden the metal prices came up and we just had a flat price on something. And, we went ahead and pulled a Costco and sold stuff too cheap. As a customer of mine said, I've never lost money making a profit. So it is what it is when that happens. So there's lots of different reasons why you'll see different price points on stuff, which leads me into this next question, which is from Brandon Masters here. Anyone do business with Cannon Beach Treasure Company is legit or scam? The pricing too high or correct? So to the point about pricing, one of the things that it's good to do is like when you are in any type of market to spend a lot of time within that market. What do I mean? So if you're only collecting Indian head pennies, look at all the different places you can find those items being sold, and then try your best to compare apples to apples. In other words, you want to make sure that coins have the same grading company and same grades when you try to compare how things are being priced at different websites and auction results. You want to go through those things and look and see and understand. So with a company like this, I don't know this company, but I can tell you just based on the title, they probably sell jewelry, treasure coins that have been turned into jewelry and things like that. And it's its own market. I'm not going to stop people from making a profit on the stuff that they produce. And but it is the type of thing, to your point about, is it overpriced or not? Well, there are lots of companies that do the same thing. So you can look across the board and see how are people pricing things. Like to me, to that previous question about people pricing stuff for 30% over, like I understand what you're talking about. Like when I go to coin shows and most guys have their common MS-65 priced at $200, and then there's guys that have them at $250. Like that just seems out of whack to me, But that's very different than everyone has them priced around $200, and some guys have them at $180, and some guys have them at $220. Like that's there's different realms to this whole what's the real price of things, and the real price changes daily, and it's whatever buyer and seller are willing to do on stuff. And some of you have been there where you've decided, hey, I'm just getting rid of some stuff. I need to turn this into cash. And some of you have been there when I was like, hey, I just want to get rid of this stuff and turn it into cash, right? And so I've seen some of you at shows and you've gotten good deals on stuff because I had items. I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling like selling some stuff today. So don't get me in one of those moods. That's bad for me. All right, next up. Now a fun city to collect would be Princeton. This is from Collecting on the Cheap. A fun city to collect would be Princeton. There are 25 states with a Princeton. Well, this is really funny to me because I always thought that Princeton was like a really exclusive kind of Ivy League school place, whatever. But apparently, I wonder how many different Princeton colleges there are throughout America. That'd be kind of fun to look and see. All right, guys. So we will be having more content. Thank you for being here to watch what we're putting out. We really appreciate it. As always, leave your comments, questions, and quibbles in the comment sections here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. We really appreciate everything that you guys do for us, and hopefully we can continue to provide content for you. Have a wonderful week. Take care.